Hi, welcome to Picayune Conversations. I'm Calvin. I'm a counselor in Traverse Rest, South Carolina.
I'm Lindsay, and I'm also a counselor in upstate South Carolina. We're business partners, actually.
Yes, we are. So we're podcast, vlog, something, whatever we're calling this, host together, and then also business partners. And we wanted to welcome you to season 2. If you've not listened to us before, there's a whole gaggle of
Gaggle, that's how you're selling this?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's a gaggle of episodes that we did back in 2023, and covering a whole range of topics. But there's if that would be of interest to you, go check it out. There's let's say mostly, wouldn't you say, about like counseling, psychotherapy.
Yeah.
But then we got some business stuff in there. We got an episode about architecture.
There's some technique stuff. I think we did like a dream, like if people were asking us about dream meanings, and we did one of mine, I think.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can go listen to, but we want to welcome you to season 2. This really isn't going to be a full episode. We're just going to give you kind of a preview of what we're going to be doing. One thing that's going to be very different from season 1 is we will be doing a lot more interviews. And so there are some friends of ours, people that we really like and respect, who we're planning to have join us to talk on a whole range of topics. Some of those things will be, maybe we'll do some parenting stuff. There'll also be some history of psychotherapy stuff for folks who are, counselors or psychotherapists. So there'll be some really cool stories and historical information. What else will we be talking about?
I don't think you said it, but we're kind of developing a premarital course, so we're going to talk about some premarital challenges.
Yeah.
Just kind of like a brief version of what you might see if you were to take the course.
Yeah, there'll be also, let's say, some previews on some writing, some kind of previews on books. We'll talk about
the Tell Us Project.
Yeah, which you'll just have to stay tuned for what we're talking about there and what that's about. But there's just a whole range of things that we're going to be doing this season, trying to mix it up a little bit. But we assure you that we will stay relatively silly. We will stay relatively quick. We're still going to kind of try and keep these to 20 minutes or so. We're not going to have huge, long episodes.
So we say.
So we say. Our intention is to be much more brief than 20 minutes, and then we end up being longer. So
case in point right now, we're going to also talk about, which I think is really important, starting a private practice. Because most grad programs, I'm not criticizing them necessarily, but you have no idea how to do the business side of this. And we didn't either. We just had to kind of have courage and be willing to look foolish.
Well, and probably, even with that, probably a lot of things that we'll talk about in that episode will apply to other business owners and other in other areas of the market. And so even if you're not a counselor or a therapist or whatever, that's an episode that might be of interest to you. We do try to keep these episodes. It's probably going to be counselors and therapists who are most interested in these episodes.
Parent education.
We really want it to be for anybody. So there's that, and on that point,
I love that you read my mind there.
Yeah.
On that point, I had this idea. It's not totally whittled down yet, but for us to solicit from you guys what kinds of questions, what kinds of things you want us to cover. We have some ideas which we think are obviously awesome, but I want to know what you want to learn. People really did answer when I asked those things we usually do it via Instagram, but we'll do it on Facebook as well.
Yeah.
Or if you want to shoot us an email with your idea, there'll be links to our emails and stuff, and you can just do it directly.
Yeah, we'll try and link up our socials and such, but if you're just listening, you can find us at Traverse Rest Counseling. That's where you're going to find us on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. So
you could also, sounds not great, but you can just Google our names.
Yeah, that would work too.
The website pops up.
That would work too. So we are very much looking forward to season 2. And we hope that you're excited as well. We look forward to hearing from you and interacting with you. And
hearing with, that's very cooperative.
Yeah. And I think our first episode will drop in just a few days after we release this. We'll have our first episode coming out. So we look forward to it. Thank you so much.